a star that lights the road. I'll take this ride and just drive. I wanna be the only one to make it to the light. I'll take it to the edge where I lived 1,000 lives. But maybe I could be the one right into the setting sun tonight. Just
Welcome to the Singapore Grand Prix. Donovan takes pole position ultra alongside David A.G.E and Blade Jack Sonic. Then we've got Rafael Ferrari, Revo, Versio, Tom Hill's not back yet. Tabat Horn, Jensen Olsen, Sebastiano Campo, Iago, Cable, Carlson, Wado, Livery, Dynabot Sarov, Theory Hadley, Akari Sato, Matthew Hart, Nicholas Palomino, Lanfar, Spike CV, and Ahmed Silla. Here we go, one of the most chaotic races on our calendar. It is the Singapore Grand Prix, and the 5 red lights are there, and they're out. We're on the way to start this race. It could be a chaotic one, you know. Singapore can usually deliver some interesting chaos. David A.G.E instantly trying to go for the lead of the race. Akari Sato picks up a fast second time penalty. But however, other than that, it is clear across the whole field. David A.G.E though, straight into the lead this race. Starting P3, perfect start for him. As if the race finishes out stands, he would become the World Championship leader. If he wins, it doesn't matter where Ultra is, he would lead the championship. Akari Sato picking up another penalty, he's on to 10 seconds. Devadout not giving up though, he's also got a championship that he can try and fight for. So he's going to have to try and get ahead of David A.G.E as Ultra drops out 4th position. Ferrari moves ahead in the 3rd, and that is bad news for the Ferrari driver, who's now down into a not so great position. Blade outside just hanging outside the top 4. Ultra and Blade outside both on the medium tyre, so they're expected to quite a bit. As in the middle sector, something has happened to someone. I can't tell what's happened to who, but yeah, nothing I can really say about that incident, because I don't know what the incident was. But David A.G.E though, perfect start for him, perfect race at the moment. This would be his dream scenario, to lead the championship after this race. Of course, with the skill upgrades that Davey had recently got, he is now able to fight a whole lot more in these Grand Prix. And yeah, it's now at that point, 5 races to go, every single point matters now in this World Championship, as we officially have a fight now. It's incredible to see, as and now Devadout, he has DRS, however he has fell over a second away, so he's going to have to be careful. He has closed in a lot of the gap that he had before to Davey, just by simply using that DRS, and it's definitely working. David A.G.E is probably really happy with his position. Now, further back on the grid, Jensen Olsen running in P7 for what could possibly be his last race in quite a while now, because of course Adelaide and Tom Leon due to come back any time now, really. And they said they have around a 50-50 chance of returning next race in Japan. Of course, as we know, Japan is a sprint race, so I'm sure Adelaide will really want to get into that race, because, you know, a sprint race, 12 points for a win, that's a lot. And that's really a big amount which drivers really would want to get, especially when you're in the title challenge as well. It will also be the last sprint of the season. David A.G.E saying the fast lap of this Grand Prix. Ocampo getting the fastest sector 3, however. Not the fast lap, just the sector. Yeah, I don't really know what else to comment on. Devadout just pulling out a decent gap to the guys behind. Now we'll come to the on, so of Rafael Ferrari in the Ford. A Ford's future in F1 was also quite uncertain until recently, where it has officially been confirmed Ford will return for next season, 2023, because UKB Sports News mentioned earlier that 2023 is going to be a rapid fire season, so yeah, drivers are going to have to just absolutely storm that season. Any win would be extremely good for a driver in that championship. Now, we don't know what 2023 will be like, other than the fact that it's going to be a shorter season. Nothing else we have any information on. As Versio looking to try and get a move on Blade Dragon Sonic. Blade Dragon Sonic, on the other hand, he'll be wanting to get a move, and he is going to go for a move. He's up in a fourth. He's not going to hold it though. Ultra fighting back in towards the last two corners. BDS on the outside, Ultra on the inside, trying to force BDS wide, but it doesn't work out. But Ultra does keep fourth place in the end anyways, as he is going to try and charge for third. Now the softs are going to start wearing, you can see the wear on them tyres. The mediums as well, they're also fine, so Ultra Bro has got some work to do. He's got that DRS open as he's going to try and get towards that Ford a little bit more. Palomino and Lamfong both coming into the pits to change their tyres. First one's coming mediums on for Fong, hard on for Palomino. And yeah, you can see the DRS out. Ultra did not get ahead of Ferrari. Ferrari stayed ahead in third position, and he's got no signs right now of budging. Akari Sato in Sauer 14th place with a 10-second time penalty to his name for two separate collisions that both happened in sector 1 on lap 1. Carlos Eduardo right behind though in that Mercedes Petronas, as he has got hard tyres on. Akari Sato struggling for grip, and this is where the chaos will start to unfold. Eduardo moves through up into 14, and Carlos Sato dropping and doesn't look to be catching. No, he's forming now from Carlos Eduardo. Now Dave Sarkera could try and get an undercut to extend his already massive lead. Now he's not going to go for the pit stop. Is anyone else going to go for it? Not Toretto, not Ferrari. Of course Ultra won't do that. Blade Sonic though on the mediums coming in. Okay, that's a very interesting strategy call. Hyperdrive getting on some brand new medium tyres for their driver. It's going to be a two-stop by the looks of it for the Hyperdrive man. Same here for Versio, who hits it, he's on softs. Sector 1, something has happened. I don't know to who. I'm going to try and find out, but let's have a look at the car percentages. Yeah, I've got literally no idea. No one in that top part of the grid there has any damage to that car. Yeah, the most interesting thing here is going to be how Legendary can cut through the field. Same thing for Versio and the Red Bull. How Legendary leader of the guys on the medium tyre. And it is also very clear right now that he is very, very quick. He's the quickest man on the track at the moment. Like, if he's not seeing the gap that he's pulling down, he's pulling that gap quite a bit down as he tries to clear through Headley down the inside ahead of the Barbados driver. How do you say it? Like, Barbados or what? I don't know. I've never actually researched like how you'd say that. But yeah, anyways, Team Sarkera will be due to come into the pits. And look at that line, looks like he is going to come in, and he is. He's into the pit lane. Doris Benedetto coming around that last corner, coming in as well. Ultra on their medium tyres will stay out, and he will lead this Grand Prix. Now he's going to be taking a bit of a risk staying out on these one tyres. However, he could be trying a one-stop strategy. Team Sarkera looks to also be trying a one-stop as he moves on to a fresh set of hard compound tyres. As Ukemo moves ahead, Eduardo also moves ahead. Team Sarkera comes out behind Eduardo. Blade Sonic unable to get ahead as Versio overtakes him, in fact. So that Red Bull, in what could also be his last chance in Red Bull this season, ends up with another shot of trying to get a podium. He's already got podiums for Altari, he's just yet to get one with Red Bull, the main team. It's quite funny that though. He's got podiums in the sister team, but not the main team. So yeah, he'll be determined to try and get that podium position right now today. That is going to be his goal. Ultra now leading by a second to Jensen Olsen, who's not got the pace to keep up with the Ferrari. As we head down the straight, Ferrari, speaking of, not the same Ferrari I was talking about, but yeah, he's catching up to Jensen Olsen. His tyres, though, are very dead, so he's got to be extremely careful, because he can't really wear them out. As into the wall goes Ocampo. Fresh tyres as well, can't be doing that, son. Blade Sonic now up into 8th position ahead of U.K. Ball, who needs to come into the pits. His pace is completely gone, as you can see. And he's actually still wearing a special helmet from Silverstone, just notice that. Yeah, he's into the pits, and he's going to be getting on a brand new set of tyres. Hard tyres waiting for him. One stop looks to be the way for the Briton. The grid, though, quite divided between the 1 and 2 stops. As you can very much see, 1 stops are pitting later than the 2 stops, that's what we're noticing. Yeah, Devento on softs in clean air. Can he catch up to David Serkiera and close in before he makes his next pit stop? Because yeah, it's safe to say, if you're on softs right now, you are pitting. You're pitting again. The softs will not make the end of the race. And if you do make it to the end of the race on softs, well done. I've got nothing else to say really. I would just be very much shocked. But still though, in that position he wants of P3, and now the just like with DRS is gonna have another shot at trying to reclaim his podium position, which he ever so wants. Eduardo as well, running a good race in 6th position, still on them hard tyres. He is giving teams some excellent data, in fact, on tyre life for the hards. As you can see, he is about to complete his 7th lap on this tyre. But now we are heading into the final 7 laps, I think. Oh, sorry, final 8 laps of this race. Eduardo is going to for an 8th lap. However, David Serkiera needs 10 laps on his tyres. He needs up the last 10 laps. Otherwise, he's going to be done for. He's going to have to make another stop then. Jensen Olsen, as you can see, up into 7th place, right behind Revo in the Ferrari. Now also enabling that DRS. The Ferrari shouldn't be an issue, however I do imagine Revo will try and defend this. Well, Olsen slowed down the straight, that's completely compromising there as Van Horn moving up into 8th position ahead of that Mercedes. Eduardo is just dropping down the field now. But yeah, he's going for an alternate 1-stop strategy. Ferrari now in 9th position. He was in 3rd earlier, but he's decided on pitting a little bit later than some. As you can see, so many people have managed to get an undercut on him. UK will try to get up into 13th. He has 3 laps, fresher tyres than Palomino, so he gets Palomino. He gets Hart with an incredible double overtake. And there we go, nice clean line there from UK Wall. To take 12th position, it is into the wall goes Lam Fong. First time today, I think we've seen a driver hit the wall there. As into the pits comes to Benedetto, already switching off that tyre. Moving on to mediums with 7 laps to go. I don't know if mediums can even make that long. Possible strategy blunder by McLaren, I don't know. But yeah, I did not actually see this. I didn't see this at all. Ultra Bro, out of nowhere, is up into 2nd place now. 10 seconds off of David Serkiera, who's flying on the hards. Don't know how he's doing that. It's absolutely incredible though to be doing stuff like that. Carl Savano coming into the pits. Well, he's came out of the pits now. He's on medium tyres. Maybe mediums are a good choice if multiple teams are doing it. However, I'm really not sure. Eduardo causing a bit of a train of form there, or more of a pack as it looks like. Ultra continuing though to break down that gap to his rival in the World Championship. Both these guys could still have 1 stop remaining. If that is the case, David Serkiera could be on for an easy win. I don't imagine Ultra can break down an 8-second gap into nothing. even with an undercut, I feel Ultra would still be behind A.G.E. Let's have to see what goes on though, as we enter the final 6 laps of the Singapore Grand Prix. Surprisingly, no DNFs. We've not had a single one this race. Ultra will cross the line to start his 10th lap, 6.3 seconds behind. Versio coming into the pits for the second time today, moving on to another set of softs. They're going to have to take him 2 laps longer than what his other tyres done. Unless, wait, I don't even think he's done lap time, so maybe he done 5 laps or so on the other one. I don't know. Yeah, they're going to have to take him longer anyways. As Versio coming out the pits in P11, so he's still in the points. Matthew Hart does not get that jump on him. As in the pits as well comes Carousel in for his second pit stop. The Sauber garage at the very end there, as softs will go on for him. And I think Lamfong might only just be ahead at the pit exit. We'll have to see. It's going to be close between these guys. There's Akari Sato. There's Lamfong. Nope, Akari Sato is ahead of Lamfong. And Ultra has lost his pace. The tyres are gone. There's no way Versio's tyres are going to get to the end. I swear. I swear it is not possible for him to get the end on the tyres that he has right now. Yeah, both Red Bulls on different strategies, as you can see. BDS 5 laps completed on the mediums, going for a 6th. It is very clear though that 7 laps will be possible, which will come to the relief of him, I bet. Well, 7 laps actually, he needs more than that, but just likes to have to come in for another pit stop today, and he's in. There we go, the hyperdrive into the pits for the second time to get off his tyres. There's 5 more laps, and hyperdrive prepared some more mediums for him. Softs do not have that much of a life. Mediums though seem to be the optimal tyre to be on today. Dave Saracero now leading by 12 seconds. This is absolutely fantastic. The race pace of the Ford has been absolutely incredible. Ferrari down the inside, and he's up into 3rd. Olsen drops to 4th. Ferrari finally recovering the podium place. It's took a long time, but he's finally back up there. Spike CB into the pits as well. As you can see, there are some soft tyres waiting for him, so he can do his final 5 laps of the race. Yeah, Sergio's tyres are now starting to wear out now. George Benedetto is just doing fine right now with 2 lap ball mediums, which could get the end, and that's who was leading the 7 laps. Just remember now. Yeah, BDS coming in after 6 completed laps. 7 though is definitely possible. So yeah, it's going to come to relief of any of those guys who are on 2 lap old mediums. As for Cameron on 3 lap old mediums, he's going to need 8 laps in total. I don't know if that's doable, but we'll have to see. He's in the last 4 laps. He may be inclined to come into the pits for an extra 3rd stop in the Grand Prix. It's also safe to say the 1 stop is the least favourable strategy. Yes, there's many 1 stoppers, but there's more 2 stoppers across the grid field. And Olsen's into the pits for softs. Rainbow in for mediums. They're doing polar opposites in strategy there for their final stint. Ultra now promoted up to 4th position and will probably get 3rd off of Ferrari. So yeah, now for Devando, he's going to have to try and maintain a 10-second gap to Ultra, or at least just stay ahead. He's got that 10-second margin to play around with. However, preferably he needs to push a lot because Ultra is rapid. 2 lap fresher tyres does make a big difference. Some people may say it doesn't make a difference, but it does. It makes a huge difference in racing because of how fast the tyres can wear out. Yeah, teams really do need to keep their tyres fresh. They need to find the optimal strategy. And as Dave Saracero now leading into all the final 3 laps of this race. Here's the big question though, will he decide to pit at some point? Clearly not now, and while they're picking up a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision, he was fighting with Van Horn, as you can clearly see. 3 laps to go now in this race, and Ultra is right on the back of Rafael Ferrari. And he could lose his podium place, as UK is right in front of Blade Sonic, who will be trying to get ahead of his teammate round the outside. As UK dives into the pits, in fact. As well, coming in is Sebastian Campo in for a third stop of the day. Jensen also right behind Blade Sonic. He'll be trying to get up in the sixth, sorry. As it's possibly their last chance of a good result. Olsen and Vastillo in fifth position at the moment, and yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well, that's all I can really say, to be honest. As the Red Bull just driving a good race right now in fifth. Now, yeah, as you can see, Ultra has been unleashed, if you haven't noticed already. So yeah, he is now prepared to go on a mega last 3 laps to try and catch Dr. Adele, which shouldn't be an issue. He's closed in a lot of time already. As that McLaren visible over there. Demanda now be just praying something happens to that Ferrari. He wants to try and keep that second place. What I've also noticed as well, Pierre is struggling. He is not doing that well on the hard, and he is actually losing out on time now. 2 more laps to go in this Grand Prix. Demanda across the line, 4.3 seconds back on David Sarkera, Ultra 5.7 back. So, it is now going to go to the wire, I imagine. If Ultra gets ahead of Demanda with a slap, he could actually have a legitimate attempt at a win. The one stop, though, looking to be the more powerful strategy. Only Sergio, Ferrari, and Livery, though, have been using it. The only ones to have used it. Versio, right on the back of Ferrari at this point. You can see him up ahead, but I don't think he can. The time is simply too worn. I believe, personally, Jensen also is going to get fifth. He's going to get that in the usual actually. Also, should be a target to get Ferrari. Another possible target that could be caught. But now Demanda needs to try and defend. Ultra has got DRS. There's going to be no defending this. Ultra just had a monstrous exit. And that's what them fresher tires do. He pulls over to the inside and Ultra now into second place. With just over 1 more lap to go. Can Ultra pull in this 4-second gap and bring it down to nothing? David Sarkera will be worried. Ford will be on the edge of their seats. Ferrari too. And look at the gap already created there by Ultra to De Vendetto as we start the last lap of the race. Lap 15. It is a 3.2 second gap now between these guys. A car is started for some reason showing up on the cameras there. I don't know what's happened. Olsen getting ahead of Ferrari here in towards turn 1. That's going to be an easy position gain for him. But just like we try to gain some more positions. 2.5 seconds. That is the gap. It is constantly coming down. All Sergio needs to do realistically is just stay ahead, really, on that next DRS straight and just keep that lead. Ultra slow through there as well as everyone else who really just take that line cautiously. You can see the gap coming down 1.5 seconds. This is going to be too close to tell. I can't tell who's going to win this race. If Ultra wins the race, he'll extend the championship lead to 7 points. If Sergio wins this race, he'll become championship leader by 3 points. So yeah, this position for Sergio really does matter. As here we go, the last DRS has been cleared. This should possibly be the win for Davy Sergio. However, I can't say anything because this is not over until someone has crossed the line. There is the Ferrari right there. I was saying Sergio could go on for a comfortable win. It was not comfortable. It's going to be an uncomfortable one. But it looks like it could still be the win anyways. Ultra is so close. But in the end, he misses out. Davy Sergio will win the Singapore Grand Prix by 0.4 of a second. And is the championship leader for the first time this season. And I think also the first time since 2019. Incredible race there. Ferrari getting 5th just from Blade Sonic, who misses out. Versio in 7th from Rivo Van Horn. UK will come home for a solid P10 result. We have 10 laps on the hards. What a stint for Davy Sarkiera. Only just getting the win when it mattered. Wow. Eduardo finishing down P13. He's not going to keep that position because many of drivers crossed the line. And yeah, as you can see right there, he's going to drop down to 14. He's still in the points though, which is good for him. As very much struggling his livery, he's going to try and get P17. It's close, but it's not close enough. Palomino cross line P20 is going to be the two Williams of Lamfog and Spiker CB to end it all off. So here we are on the podium. Davy Sarkiera become the championship leader as he picks up his second win this season and second win in a row. Ultra missed out by less than a second. That was actually such an intense final lap considering Ultra's pace. To Benedetto, third place for him. He's got another solid result, however, he still drifts away further from the championship leaders. But yeah, let's listen now to the Brazilian national anthem. Sarkiera wins the same from Ultra and Benedetto. Also gets 4th on share of Tom Leon and Adley will return next race. Ferrari in 5th from Later Sonic Versio, Revo Van Horn, UK Ball Ocampo, Baltasar Headley, and Warden Hart. They round off the points. For the non-point scorers, we have Iago, Akari Sato, Livery, Silla, Palomino, Fong, and CB. And so with that, we're done with the Singapore Grand Prix. Davy Sarkiera, new championship leader, into the final 4 races of the season. Can't wait to see you next time in Japan for the sprint race and the main race when F1 Classic returns.